This is Fictionally Unstable. Welcome to another episode 5, possibly. My name is Mycaela.
I'm Lauren.
Jessica.
We are going to be talking today about the new Unlimited series on Netflix called Sirens. So if you've watched it, tune in. If you haven't watched it, hopefully this will captivate you to watch it or not. We'll see, depending on our ratings. So talking about the book, just to give you a quick synopsis of what Sirens is. It's a limited 5-episode series. Just came out at the end of May on Netflix. It's about 2 sisters. They're caught in a bizarre world of the ultra rich. That's the synopsis that it gives you on Netflix. So kind of keeps you guessing of what's going to happen. It stars Megan Faye, Molly Alcock, Julianne Moore, Kevin Bacon, and we want to give a shout out to Felix Solis because he was a great side character. So he gets a good shout out there. I guess we can start the episode. Our episode about ratings.
Yes.
So, Jess, out of 10, how did you feel about Sirens?
I think my overall rating for this series would maybe be like a 6. Like, I thought it was interesting, but I think that a little bit more could have been done to like pull me in a little bit more. So I'll give it a 6. And most of that goes to the side character, Jose.
Lauren?
I give it a 5. I thought it was fine. It was interesting enough to where I got through it fast, and it was an easy to watch series, but overall, I feel like they could have gone a different route with it and I would have been more interested, but the way that it ended, it just kind of fell off for me in the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, I also gave it a 6. It got me interested at the very beginning because I was like, ooh, this is kind of mysterious.
Yeah,
I can't stand Julianne Moore's character in the beginning. And then at the end, I was kind of hoping something grand was going to happen, like Behind Her Eyes. And it flopped. And I was a little upset. The story makes sense, but they could have done a better job of that, like, revelation of what the story is supposed to be about.
Do you want to know the ratings online?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Rotten Tomatoes, which is normally the most critical one, 75%, which is pretty good.
That is good.
And then 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay. And we gave it
It did better than I thought.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, what was the Rotten Tomatoes?
75%.
Oh.
Which is pretty good for...
That's a C.
Yeah.
Average.
Yeah. Which I guess technically we gave it a...
Lauren gave it an F.
Yeah, we gave it a D.
And amongst other limited series, it just wasn't...
Well,
it was fine.
Not every show's for everybody. Maybe I don't have enough of a critical brain to, like, appreciate the show.
That's me with books.
I don't know.
With books, I'm like, yeah, everything's like a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like that it's each episode is average 45 to 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe one episode hits an hour. You can literally binge it in a day. That's what I did. So yeah. Cool. All right, let's go through each episode. Since there's only 5, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So the first episode is called Exile. It is the description for it says, furious that her sister Simone won't return her calls, Devon heads to an island enclave to find her and into the clutches of her controlling boss. So to pinpoint the characters, the boss that they're speaking of is Julianne Moore. She plays a character named Michaela, who is this super rich woman that's odd as fuck, like just weird. She's obsessed with birds. Very weird character.
About bird conservation. She has like her own like sanctuary or like rehabilitation thing on their property.
She's like that quintessential like like healthy, like kind of rich person.
Almond mom
Yeah, almond mom,
type.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
So like she needs a smoothie every morning. She runs every morning. Yeah, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the character Devon is played by Megan Faye. So Devon and Simone are sisters. Devon is the oldest sister. She is portrayed as a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
We start the episode with her getting out of jail. So there's that. And then Simone, who's played by Millie Alcock, is the assistant to Michaela. So she is the younger sister, is now the assistant, very tightened up, polished, and type A, or she tries to present herself as a type A personality so that she can complete all of Michaela's requests.
Right. She's almost kind of like a Michaela mini-me-ish.
Yeah,
type.
like trying to be.
Or
Yeah.
trying to be.
Trying
Yeah.
to be. Mhm.
It's a life that she wants. Which
So,
funny.
yeah.
Sorry, sidebar. I forgot that Millie Alcock was somebody that was a fan cast for Fourth Wing for Imogen.
Okay, I thought she
'Cause I
was
didn't know who she
familiar.
was.
Yeah.
But that was one of the fan casted people.
I don't
I
think
don't
we
see it.
I don't think
I
we
don't see it
chose her.
anymore at
So.
all.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Sorry, girl.
Not at all.
Okay, so the opening scene is and Michaela's last name is Kell. That's the family's name. So they call her Mrs. Kell a lot. So you see Mrs. Kell is releasing a hawk into the world. Her hawk it's not a hawk. What kind of bird is it?
A falcon? No.
I thought it was a hawk, and then they were like, oh, this is a...
It's I always get them confused. It's falcon, hawks, or whatever. It's a bird. It's a carnivorous bird.
It's a bird.
It's a big ass bird. It's named Barnaby. Okay. I don't know why that's important to
Is it
know,
not a
but
falcon?
he comes back.
Falcon.
It might be a falcon.
Yeah, I think it's a
It's
falcon.
definitely not a hawk.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that was even significant, but she releases the fucking bird into the wild, I guess. And then it goes straight into, like I said, Devon is released from jail. And Simone is out having sexy time with her man.
Ethan, who
Ethan.
lives next door.
Who, yeah.
Works for Mr. Kell, right? He just works for him, or is he just a friend?
No,
I
he's
think
a friend. Yeah.
But he inherited family money, this Ethan guy.
Yeah, so any thoughts on the first episode?
Well, I'm just going to say Devon giving the captain a blowjob was crazy. On
Yeah.
the boat, I was like,
Also
okay.
dirty.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, ew.
So apparently Simone is never answering her text, right? And did we ever figure out why they text each other siren when it's like an SOS?
Yeah.
Right?
Like when they're in trouble or...
Yeah, I didn't
Mentally
know
or
if like
physically.
towards the end that had to do with like when they were younger hearing sirens, like police sirens.
Oh.
When like the whole thing happened with their mom. I was thinking maybe that, but I don't know if they explicitly said that's what it was.
That would make sense.
That would
though.
make sense.
Yeah.
They didn't say why.
They-
I just saw that she kept
I know to
texting
the
her.
producers that would have been helpful.
If that's what you meant,
If that's what you
then
meant,
you
then say
should have
that.
shown that.
Which is funny
And not
because
us guess.
as when the title says sirens, I'm like, oh, mermaids.
Well, I think,
I
that,
thought that too.
I think it's the double meaning.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
that was like a double meaning.
Okay.
Because for me, I had like a whole philosophy about the ending. But anyway.
Okay.
So Simone is not answering her text. We find out that, I guess context. Simone leaves. The father has early onset dementia, but he was also an alcoholic. Devon is also an alcoholic. Again, hot mess, consistently getting arrested. And their mother is deceased.
Mm-hmm.
So Simone wants nothing to do with her family, basically. She doesn't want her sister disrupting her life. She doesn't communicate with her father at all. And then we end up finding out why later on. But Devon is annoyed because she receives an arrangement, a a fruit arrangement or something like that.
Yeah, she gets an edible arrangement supposedly from Simone saying like, hang in there or you'll get through this or something, and that just sends Devon off the wall, and she's like, hell no.
Yeah. So she ends up looking through her Instagram trying to find her location, ends up finding it, and they live where exactly?
It's on an island off of New York, or they live on an island somewhere off the East Coast, I think.
Yeah, and their home is like known as the Cliffs, right?
Yeah.
They live at the top of this of the island, and they own a lot of the land there.
Mm-hmm.
And so Devon makes her way to the Cliffs.
Literally, she brings the entire edible arrangement with her. Like, the edible arrangement is like this fucking huge. And she's like carrying that shit with her.
That shit.
And only half of it was left by the time she got
And she gets on a ferry boat. And so this is the blowjob thing that you're talking about. She is a smoker and everything, and you know, you can't smoke in a public setting. So whether he's the captain or whoever he is,
boat hand or something, whatever.
He's telling her that she can't smoke, and she says it's a 2-hour ride. I need to put something in my mouth. And then the next scene cuts in, and she's fucking giving him a head. And I was like, I knew that was going to happen too. The second she said that, I was like, she didn't give him a blowjob. I was like,
it was very much just setting up her character that she's a slut.
Yeah,
she's just a hoe. Because we also find out kind of like in this episode, she has like she works for like a falafel place, and her boss, whose name is Raymond, they went to like high school together, and I guess they kind of like had a thing in high school, and they're somehow still connected, but Raymond is married and still sleeps with Devon like on the side.
What does she call him? What's his nickname?
Fuckboy.
Is it
Fuckboy?
Makes sense. Yeah. So kind of setting up her character.
Yeah.
And then we meet so that's how we meet Devon.
Yeah.
And then we meet Simone, and she is, so of course she's leaving. There's the very entrance scene. She's in a relationship with an older man who happens to be friends with the Kells. But he's not as old as Peter, which we'll talk about probably, I think he comes in episode 3. But anyways, Peter is the husband, a lot older gentleman. He's not a gentleman, an older man. So anyways, Ethan is a lot older than Simone. Simone could be what, maybe 22?
I think Simone is 25 because I think she said she was there for 7 years and it was after she graduated.
Oh, you're
which is around 18, 17. So she's 24, 25.
So then Devon should be like,
she's in
30?
her 30s, maybe.
Early 30s?
I imagine.
So Simone then is, you know, rushing to the Kells' home to get her day prepared to assist Michaela. They call each other Kiki. I can't. It's very annoying. Call each other Kiki. They say, hey, hey. And yeah, let's talk about Michaela. How about that? She is fucking weird.
Yeah, her character started off very like, what's the right word? Like, she just seems kind of kooky. Like, the kooky rich lady, boss lady. The obsession with the birds, the almond mom persona.
She has Simone sext her husband.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. That is so weird.
Yeah, so her husband, Michaela's husband, is away for business, supposedly. But he's supposed to be flying in that night. And so she has Simone, which is obviously her assistant, sext him
like,
for
take
her.
a picture of her, like, cleavage. And
she's holding the phone for her.
Yeah. She's
literally, like, pretending that she's taking a selfie, Michaela, but it's really Simone holding it.
Yeah.
And she's like...
I forget, because she's like saying something like not too dirty, but a little dirty.
Right.
And what, I remember she said, she was like, I can't wait to ride you when you get home, daddy.
I was like, yo, that's crazy.
She has her spray, is it lavender scent on her underwear?
Oh, yeah. Simone has to, like, mist her underwear with, like, lavender smells or something like that.
Their relationship's
That's so weird.
Yeah.
And then
it's almost like they're lovers, but They're not.
Well, and it's like, to me, also, they looked more similarly related. Like, Julianne Moore and Millie Alcock looked more related to me than her and Devon did. Simone and Devon did.
Oh.
Like, it could have been her daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just play the whole with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
How they try to mix that.
One thing to note is that the way they dress is very, like, preppy proper, I guess, is, like, how I imagine Simone dressing. So I did write in a note here. I was like, Simone looks like a child. Like, she looks like she's 12
They
to
look
me.
like sorority dropouts.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fucking ugly. But I digress.
Did you guys ever watch Do Revenge?
No.
Yes. With Camille
Mendes?
Yes.
So that it reminds me of without the school wear, but it's very, because they're also in New York, I think. Very proper.
Yeah.
Excuse me, not proper. Very preppy, fashionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving very much tennis club
Yeah.
dress up vibes.
Yeah. Tennis club is a good way to put it. Yeah.
I do feel bad for the workers because they are treated like shit, basically.
Yeah.
When Simone comes in and she's rushing the main cook, to
Make the
change the smoothie because something was in it. And she's like, Michaela doesn't drink this anymore. Just change it.
It was ginger, I think it was.
And then she didn't even end up drinking it.
Yeah. She's like, not today. Thank you. And then they're like,
But the
okay.
staff having the group chat about Simone.
Oh,
having the
hilarious.
group chat about the manager is fucking real.
Yeah. So then we see that she goes to, what were they setting up for?
Sips and nibs. I wrote that down.
Sips and nibs.
Sips and nibbles.
Oh, okay, so her event. So Michaela was hosting an event at her house, and everybody, it looks very culty. Let's put it that way. Her guests and everything, the way that people interact, it's very cult vibes.
Right.
And when Devon comes across everybody, she's like, you're in a cult, or you're working for a cult, telling her sister. Anyways, Simone has to make sure that all the details are set up for this event, so she drives her little golf cart to wherever they were at, the workers, and in comes in Jose. He is the main head security for the Kells.
He's like a property manager too. Like he manages the property. And,
yeah, he's basically the leader for all of the workers.
Right.
But it's funny because they have their own group chat, and anytime they see Simone, they're just typing away, and you just hear the notifications going off, and they're talking mad shit about her. And she addresses it. She's like, I know you guys are talking crap about me. Stop sending texts. While he's sending texts.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're not talking about you. What do you mean? Great people.
Yeah.
Funny times.
They were funny.
What else? We also find out that all of the workers are they have to sign an NDA. So it made me think there's something going on with this family. You know, like what's gonna be the punchline at the end?
Right.
You know, what are we gonna
like what's
find
the
out?
secrets? What's
And really, what was the point of the NDA? Just because they have a lot of money.
Stupid,
I guess.
I put Devon licking. Oh, okay.
Yes. Accidentally licking Jose.
Yeah. So Devon ends up, okay, first of all, too, when she ends up at the cliffs, that train fucking wreck. What did she do? She went to the sprinkler, started drinking water, acting like she never had water for like years.
Because the taxi only took her so far, and so she had to like walk the rest of the way, and she's carrying this fucking giant edible arrangement again. And so she gets down on the grass and like starts drinking water from the sprinklers.
And everybody is like, what the hell is going on? And she wants her sister to talk to her. So obviously when she comes up to Simone is trying to push her away. Like, no, we're not going to talk, go back home.
Right.
And she's getting ready for this event. And Simone is like, I'll go up to all those ladies that you keep pulling back if you don't give me at least 5 minutes. So she puts her in this guest house. Ew. And I hated how she was showing her. She's like, don't sit on the furniture. Don't touch anything. I was like, what else? Don't breathe the air? Like, girl.
I was like, this bitch, seriously?
And was that when Michaela met? That was also when Michaela met Devon, right? When she took her to the guest house?
How did Michaela meet Devon? Was it in the guest house?
I know that they were in the guest house. They weren't in the main
Yeah.
house because Michaela was looking for, I think it was, Michaela was looking for Simone, and she was like, oh, who is this? She's like, I didn't even know you had a sister, and that was how they met.
Yeah, and she has a weird thing about the secrets that Simone kept from her.
Because it seems like her relationship, she wants to be like her very best friend. Like, they know everything about each other. Because Simone knows everything about Michaela, so Michaela wants to know everything about Simone.
Yeah. A little weird.
Very weird when it's like
No boundaries.
Yeah.
y'all are like 40 years apart.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
She's like, Michaela's like obsessed with her. Simone.
But Simone doesn't want her there, so she asked Michaela to have her leave.
Mm-hmm.
That was only because she made some type of scene at the party, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, she runs into Simone's boyfriend, Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he gave the keys and asked her to park his car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's wild.
And then he kept asking her what she did. She's like, I'm not the valet. He was like, oh, well, I'll take a glass of champagne or something like that.
I don't work here. But yeah, that's crazy. And then I think it was at the Sips and Nibs. It was for the bird, wasn't it? It was for Barnaby, the bird. They were like celebrating
His release
or something. I
Is that
think.
what it is?
I don't know. I can't remember.
They have this like bird sanctuary thing on their land. Is it one bird at a time?
I
that they
don't
save?
know. But they're celebrating like the rehabilitation or something like that.
So Michaela addresses Devon, basically tells her she needs to leave. So she sets her up in a bed and breakfast hotel looking thing.
Yeah.
So she has Jose take her. Jose tells her that she has to sign an NDA.
Mm-hmm.
And then as he's dropping her off at the bed and breakfast, this is why. Michaela told her, because she needs help with her father. So Michaela was like, I will give you $10,000. So basically bribing her to leave. And she's like, I'm not leaving without my sister.
Right.
Obviously, Simone doesn't want to leave with her. So they end up taking her. And then they give her the $10,000. And then she's saying bye to Jose. And then it fucking licks him or some shit.
He was like being nice to her, like trying to be like fatherly-ish to her. And then she turns in the car and she takes his face and just licks the side of his face. And she was like, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that.
She says it's something that she instinctively does, like a tick. And she's like, I have a text therapist about this. Like, what, girl? You're so weird.
As in, she's taking any man's kindness as they want to sleep with her, essentially.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And he's like, I have a wife and children.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Don't do that.
But this is where she meets Ethan's boat captain.
Yeah. He's a cutie.
He is.
What's his name?
Morgan.
Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so she meets him at the bar. She's like, I'm just gonna, get cute, dolled up and go to the bar.
Using Michaela's money, I think.
Yes.
Because it can be charged to the room.
So that she charged everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she buys a new outfit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then small world, she meets his boat captain, who is, Ethan's boat captain. So Ethan being the boyfriend of Simone. Morgan pretends that it's his boat. So they end up going to the boat, sleeping together. And then they find out that he's also the help, basically. Coming to the end of the episode where Barnaby breaks through Michaela's window and basically dies. And she's holding him, all the blood like gushing out of this fucking bird. Also, I think birds are disgusting. I don't care what kind of bird it is. So the fact that you're holding a dead bird is fucking gross. Sorry for those of you that have birds as pets. I fucking hate them. So, And then Devon is all, oh, let me get my binoculars and like look on the cliffs.
Mhm.
And then she thinks the girl's staring at her. Like Michaela's in the window staring at her.
Right.
And I'm like, what kind of fucking thriller shit is this? I'm like, she can't see you on the boat.
Yeah.
They were setting it up as such like a mystery thriller thing.
Right.
For nothing.
Yeah. That part. Which now I'm looking back, I wonder if like the falcon or whatever is like a symbol for Simone maybe, or
I was trying to
Like
find.
in what way?
like she kind of had a chance to be released from the Kells, but she didn't want to. She came back, which we'll talk about more at the end.
Yeah.
Right. And kind of her downfall and destruction in that way, which I'm kind of curious about.
There's a Reddit about Barnaby.
Oh.
It says the Falcon Barnaby symbolizes Michaela Kell's manipulation and control, particularly over Simon.
Simone.
While Michaela appears to be a nature preservationist caring for endangered raptors, her actions towards Barnaby, such as initially releasing him, then trapping him again, reveal a sinister side. Barnaby's fate becomes a catalyst for Devon's investigation into Michaela's suspicious behavior, leading her to believe Michaela is involved in more than her nature preservation. So, yes, he's symbolic.
Yeah. Which I didn't think much about. I was like, oh, this shit's weird. But now that we're sitting here talking, I'm like, oh, maybe.
I'm like, hey, it's dead. So, all
Hey.
right, well, that's pretty much episode 1.
Yes.
Anything else on episode 1?
Devon was kind of pissing me off when she kept, because like Simone was like, "Oh, I'm working right now. Like we will talk
Right.
when I'm done working." And then Devon kept being like, "No, pay attention to me." And she's like, "I'm fucking working."
Right.
She was kind of pissing me off.
Yeah, I agree. Devon was like started off as a character where it's like, girl, you need to like leave your sister alone. Like she's doing her thing or whatever. She grows on me more towards the end, obviously. But I was like, if I was Simone, I'd be upset too. But yeah, they both kind of pissed me off, the sisters.
Okay.
I was like, you guys just suck.
Yeah, Simone, because she was easily influenced, that's really annoying. I can't stand when people truly can't think for themselves. Even as much as she's saying that she is, it's like, no, you're being super influenced by this, in your eyes, powerful woman.
Right.
And then
Kiki.
exactly like you guys say, with Devon, like, know your boundaries. Someone will talk to you when they want to talk to you.
Right.
Like, relax. I don't care if you're the older sibling. I don't care if you're the older anything. Like, relax.
Yeah. Right. I will say that I did relate to Devon somewhat immediately from the first episode because I am an older sister. And, you know, we see that she is the one that's kind of left behind to take care of her sick parent. Right. Yeah. Hi, Jennifer. That's my sister. Not saying that I hold a grudge against you in any way, but for context, my sister moved to Australia, so it's just kind of me and my parents here. So just like a little bit of a, like, I can relate.
The older sibling responsibility.
Ish. But I'm never the type to, I think, burden my sister with those responsibilities or have it feel like she can't have her own life,
Like
right?
make her feel guilty.
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
All right. So we're going into episode 2. It's called Talons. Okay, I don't even know how to say this word. Stymied? Stymied?
Stymied.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Thank you, dictionary. Jessica Dictionary. So, stymied by Michaela, Devon makes a bold move to remain in Simon's. Fuck, I did it.
I thought you keep reading it as Simon.
Simone.
No.
One more time. Stymied by Michaela, Devon made a bold move to remain in Simone's orbit. Simone and Michaela's bond is tested as secrets begin to surface. So, it starts with Devon trying to sneak back onto the compound, and Jose is just watching her from the surveillance cameras,
so
like, girl. She fucking swam her ass onto that compound, or at least at the bottom of the cliff to get up. Yeah. And I'm like, is that a sea monster? What's that?
Yeah. She's like thinking she's being all sneaky and stuff, but like
Jose's on his phone, like
the compound has like, they not only have regular security cameras, they have a bunch of hidden ones like all throughout because this place is huge. So they have like what I can only imagine is like cameras hidden in the plants and just like, you know, concealed cameras pretty much. So Devon thinks she's being all sneaky, and Jose's just like laughing his ass off.
Yeah, he literally is like, this woman, what is she thinking right now? Like, she doesn't get that she's not supposed to be here. So she gets arrested for trespassing. She makes it all the way into the house. So Simone is given one of the wings in the home to stay and live. I think she lives on the west wing or something. It doesn't matter which wing, but she's on the opposite side of the house than Michaela is. And so she makes it all the way into the house, into Simone's wing. And, you know, gets into her room and then is trying to convince her to leave. And then Jose tells Michaela that Devon is back on the premises.
Yeah.
So she shows up and she gets oddly possessive again. Michaela does. You know, and that whole thing, because she couldn't sleep because Barnaby, so this is like right after Barnaby flew through the window. So she's traumatized.
Barnaby pretty much committed suicide, is what I'm just going to say right there.
And she has Simone put her to bed in her bed.
That was fucking weird. And fucking Devon's face is like watching it happen. She's like, what the fuck is going? Yeah, that was weird.
So weird. And then Jose
in her like double size bed. It wasn't even like a king size bed. It's like a double bed.
Oh yeah,
it's close.
1,
so you gotta sleep right next to each other.
And they're like staring at each other. Like, that lady, I was like, she's into Simone, and she's very much younger than her. I mean, Simone is much younger than her.
Right. I think another reason Michaela didn't want Devon there is I think Michaela wants like that, or never had a sister. I think she talked somewhat about this later, but like she like never had a sister or something like that, and I think she wants like some sort of deep
bond,
sisterly bond with Simone or something like that, but it's just crossing the line. It's strange.
That's why I think she's so like, Michaela was so bothered that she didn't tell her she had a sister to begin with, because she wanted to be the only bond that she could have like that.
Yeah, I don't know. She's fucking weird. She gives me the creeps. Jose is driving Devon out of the compound and ends up getting her arrested. So she spends her night in jail, where she meets a girl who went to school with Peter. Peter's a husband. He has 2 children with his first wife. And the girl went to school with his kids. And so Devon kind of learns a little bit more of their history from this friend. And then, what else happens?
Oh, that's when Devon finds the rumor from the friend that people around the island believe that Michaela murdered his first wife.
Off the cliff or something like that.
Pushed her off the cliff. Yeah, because no one has seen the first wife since Michaela and Peter got married.
I was really hoping that was true.
Same. It would have made it a lot.
I know. I was like, ooh, what are we getting here?
Murder. Crazy.
Yeah. Obviously, the rumor is not true.
Just a rumor.
We finally see Mr. Kel. He finally comes into the picture in this episode.
Kevin Bacon.
Yes. And he seems normal. Like, he seems like... Seems is the key word. He seems normal because Michaela's painted as such like a cuckoo crazy lady that he seems so like normal compared to her.
Well, and also his interactions with like the staff, like he was very personable with them.
Right.
Him and Jose seem pretty cool because Jose's been working for him forever.
Right.
So in contrast to Michaela, she still looks like a fucking nut job.
Right. Like you kind of immediately almost get pulled to like his side-ish. Like, oh yeah, whatever he's doing, like I'm on his side type of thing. At least that's how I felt.
Yeah. Oh, 1000.
Yeah.
He, you can tell though that there's something off about their relationship.
Right.
He's very dismissive to her, in the most non-obvious way, I would say. Almost as if she bothers him and she doesn't see that. So they have a rule that no one is allowed to smoke on the compound, but he has his own little man cave, which is like almost a replica of the lighthouse that they can see off their cliff. And he smokes, of course. He's like, well, this is my compound, so there are some rules to this that I can break. And that's where Devon sees him. How does she end up on the freaking compound again?
So Michaela comes to jail to like say, I need you to get off. And then she pretty much convinces Michaela to be like, teach me your ways.
Yeah,
like,
she wants to infiltrate the cult.
Right. She's trying to infiltrate the cult. And she's like, you know, take me under your wing. Show me like what this is about. Like, I will do what you say pretty much. So then she's brought back to the compound and back to the guest house to stay there.
And then she has to get dressed up.
Yeah. Which she hates, whatever the tennis club attire that they
Was that
afford.
the same episode where she goes shopping with the three ladies? Those are ladies.
No, that was a
I think
later
that was,
episode.
Yeah, that was funny.
And also when Peter gets back, so he was on a trip in Japan, and supposedly in Japan, and he comes back and he brings Michaela back a box of chocolates that are from Japan, and so Michaela has trust issues. And so she believes that he's cheating because the same chocolate place is also in, was it Soho?
Yeah.
South Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she has Simone like call the chocolate place to order directly from Japan.
And
the
overnight
same
that
chocolates,
shit.
overnight the chocolates to be able to match the box that Peter got her to the one from Japan to see if it's the original box from Japan, to see if he's lying, so she could see if he was cheating.
That's some detective type shit right here. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was a headache.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening?
I would not want to be her assistant. I'd be like, it's not that serious, girl.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
Yeah. So that happened. And then Devon meets Peter. And they kind of have like a little
Bonding moment over
some
smoking.
weed.
Because she saw him smoking, and so she was curious, right? So
Right.
she ends up going into his little man cave.
And she's like trying to pry and like ask questions, and he's kind of catching on to it.
Her investigative skills are
Terrible.
I was like, she's like, so did Kiki murder
your first wife? Like,
She's just very blunt and
yeah.
like straight to the point. She's
But I'm
like, you're
not
either gonna tell me or you're not.
anything. Nicknames him what, Big Cheese?
Big cheese, the big
That's his nickname?
cheese.
That's
Yeah.
what she calls him. She's like, you're the big cheese around here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
It's
flew
like,
over my head.
okay. And then we find out that, well, they have a funeral for Barnaby the bird. And typically Simone, who's like, you know, she has like the eulogy for Michaela to say or whatever, she's nowhere to be found because Simone's having like a mental breakdown crisis, like in the pantry. Like she's literally like on the floor, like.
Oh, but this is why she's having that panic.
Yeah.
Is because Jose showed Peter the odd behavior that Simone has for him. And the behavior is that every night around like midnight or something, she's leaving the compound,
Yes.
but she turns off a camera that he doesn't know. Again, it's those secret cameras that they have. She believes that she's turning off a camera so that she can run off the compound to go stay with Ethan. I almost called him Evan. Sorry, Ethan. And then she shows up back on the compound early in the morning and turns the camera back on. But what she doesn't know is that there's another camera that points directly at that camera. So they know that she's always leaving and coming back. So Jose brings that to Peter's attention, and they're trying to figure out, okay, she's being sneaky. Why is she being sneaky?
Right.
And then Michaela wants Peter to already be dressed up for this funeral. And he's literally in like Crocs and shorts, like just chilling, playing his little guitar. And they bring it to Michaela's attention, and Simone was with her. They're like, hey, we need to have a private moment, so can you please step out? So of course she's eavesdropping, and then Michaela has this idea, and it makes sense to her that she's probably sneaking off to go see Ethan.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're probably secretly dating.
Yeah.
And then she's like, Peter, why wouldn't you know that? That's your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know how he is, like that whole situation. And then Michaela is upset because Simone did not tell her.
Yeah.
And that's when Simone has a freak out.
Yeah, she thinks, like, I'm assuming in her head she thinks she's going to, like, lose her job and all this stuff, right?
Like, lose a whole life that she's
building, yeah.
And have to go back to the slums of whatever her life was before.
Right. So she's having a mental breakdown on the pantry floor in the kitchen. Doesn't show up to the bird's funeral. Crazy that I'm saying that. Okay. And then after the funeral's done, we see, like, Michaela asking Ethan to go to the cliffs with her. Right?
Uh-huh.
And Devon's, like, in the trees, like, spying. Like,
yeah. Another mysterious scene that didn't really come to anything, but made it seem like Michaela wanted to
kill him.
To get rid of him.
Yeah.
And again, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yep. And then nothing. And that's how that one ends, right?
I have something after. I don't know what came before this, but Simone ends up telling Michaela about her relationship with Ethan and then tells her about her mom.
But she lied. What did she say about her mom?
She ends up telling her the truth. But when they first met, Michaela was under the impression that Simone's mom got into a car accident by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
But this episode, she tells her, actually, my mom killed herself.
Oh, that's right. Because Michaela tells Devon that she should change her ways. Because she mentioned it to her. That she was like, your mom was killed by a drunk driver. And Devon was like, right.
Yeah.
She was.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, oh, so that's not the truth.
So for context, Simone and Devon's mom ended up killing herself in a car. But what she did was she, like, ran a pipe from the exhaust to the inside of the car. So pretty much killing herself like via carbon monoxide poisoning or whatever. And Simone was in the car with her mother. So essentially her mother was killing herself and her child. But Devon got to Simone in time and ended up saving her and taking her to the hospital, or calling the appropriate people to take her to the hospital. Couldn't save her mom, but saved Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tragic.
And why was it again that because they were having issues, right? The mom and the dad?
Yeah, the dad was like the mom had, like, I think, bipolar disorder. Because she would go through stages of, like, manic and depression, and her husband or their father didn't really know, like, how to help her, how to, like, take care of her and stuff like that. And so I think it just kind of pushed her further and further to the edge until she, like, killed herself, I think. Is my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that was right.
Mm-hmm. Also, at the time, the father was also an alcoholic, so he was just doing his own thing, not really paying attention to his wife. And
yeah.
Or did his alcoholism come after she killed herself?
I think that's why she went into foster care, no?
It was. So, yeah, it was after. He might have been an alcoholic before, but then after the mom died, he became full-blown alcoholic. He neglected Simone when she was little and didn't feed her, didn't bathe her or anything, care for her at all for days. And so then Child Protective Services came and took her away, put her in the foster care system. This was all while Devon was away at college. And so that's why then when Devon, did she end up getting legal guardianship, right, of Simone, or she was trying to?
So I remember because Devon and Simone have, like, a conversation, and this is what I wrote, where Devon says she dropped out of college. She worked 3 jobs to help put Simone through high school and help her get into Yale, because at the time Simone's dream was to become a lawyer, and she wanted to go to Yale to do so. So that's what I know. I don't know how she, like, got custody of her. I assume.
I think it was that she got legal guardianship of her.
Right.
After the fact. And so, yeah. Then that was how Devon ended up back being the primary caretaker of the dad.
Right. Their whole interaction just, like, pissed me off, because it's essentially a competition. If anyone has sisters or even siblings, it's like who had it worse, who was the most traumatized, who had it worse. Like, that was kind of their dynamic, right? Like, well, you know, I dropped out of college and I raised you and I did this and that. And then Simone's kind of also being ungrateful. And she's like, yeah, but like my mom tried to kill me and this and that. And like, so who's the more traumatized one? Like, who's the more fucked up one in this family?
Who has the most generational trauma?
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of their sister dynamic for most of it.
Yeah. For almost all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But does it end with Michaela taking Ethan to the cliffs, and then she has that conversation with Michaela in the next episode?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure she takes Ethan to the cliffs, because in the next episode, Simone is trying to get a hold of Ethan the whole episode, and he's not responding. And so that's why then she starts to spiral into thinking that something happened.
Okay. So, episode 3, it's called Monster. I fixed my notes now. I'm saying the right names. So, Devon gains deeper insight into Michaela's unique magnetism. With Ethan out of reach, Simone finds herself on Peter's trail instead. So, we open up the episode with, again, Simone trying to contact Peter, which really made me think, I was like, damn, Michaela killed him.
Ethan, you mean? Not Peter.
What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know the story.
Dion and Simon are trying to...
Rewind. Simone is trying to find Ethan, Peter's friend, and that made me think that Michaela killed Ethan.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Because you can't get a hold of him for, like, hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is, where did Hey come from?
She said she made it up. In the end. Michaela made it up.
Like, why?
It was just something that she said, and it caught on.
Oh, okay. I literally wrote here, why is Michaela saying hey?
Because I think Devon in the end asked her where because that was like the last scene when Michaela was on the boat in the end, and Devon was like, where did hey come from? She was like, it was just something that I said, and it caught on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
So Devon and Simone have another fight, pretty much. And then Devon finds herself... Devon tells Simone about pretty much why she was telling her sirens, right? Like, I've gotten some DUIs, like, I need help, this and that type of situation. So she's kind of being a little bit more honest about Simone now about why she's, like, trying to come find her and like have her come back with her to help her with her dad, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Devon is afraid that she's kind of becoming like her father, becoming an alcoholic. She's gotten 2 DUIs already. And I will just say this, Simone doesn't really seem to give a fuck, and all she cares about is Michaela and her job. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instantly hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, her whole thing was that, like, she's like, well, I had to watch my dad lose me in a custody trial, and I went through the foster care system and had other people raise me, and so because of that, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. She pretty much doesn't want anything to do with her father.
Which is fair.
But
also, like, your sister didn't do anything to you, and she's the one who's hurting.
Right.
So you need to help her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
At least listen to her. Like, at least, I don't know, be there for her in some capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it kind of shows Simone's true character. She is not empathetic at all.
No.
She's, like, lost that sense of humility. Like, she doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
No.
She always has an issue with the workers. She clearly hates her dad. Rightfully so. You have a thing with him. You are allowed to feel however you want. But just like you guys said, like, the sister, you know, she was trying to help you all in the end. Now she needs help. You don't give a fuck about your sister. You don't care about anybody but yourself. And this woman who you feel like is giving you everything, but that's you owe her for everything she's giving you. Like, it's one of those, like, you do something good for me, I have to do something in return.
Right.
And Simone did offer to obviously give her money, Devon money, to help with the dad, which, yes, I think would have helped, but I think had she gone about it in a way of like legitimately wanting to help and offer money versus being like, here's some money, take care of it, I think would have been a better route.
I think it was more so for Devon's mental health. Like, she needs a break.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's like working, barely making ends meet type of thing. And then having to take care of her father, who's constantly in this battle with dementia and waking her up all hours of the day and like all this kind of stuff. It's more so, it's not about the money, it's that she needs like someone to be there for her, like mentally, I think, to help her with that. Yeah. And I was just like, girl, at this point, like, I understand you don't have anything to do with your father, but like, your sister literally felt so bad that what happened with you and your father, that she dropped out of college. So already she's like kind of putting her life on hold to come get you, working 3 jobs to help raise it. So like, you shouldn't have any qualms towards your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I was livid during that. I was like, I would have socked her in her mouth.
So
Jess would have socked her sister in the mouth.
I would have.
Jennifer, you hear that? Just kidding. Okay. This is also the episode that Peter is like fishing or something.
Co-hugging.
Co-hugging.
Why does Simone go with him?
So the cheating thing.
Yeah.
So Michaela thinks that Peter is cheating on her, and so she enlists Simone to follow Peter because he wants to get off the grid. That was his thing. So Michaela accused Peter of cheating. And after they have like a little spat, Peter leaves and he tells Jose, I want to get off the grid. Jose's like, got it. So then Peter leaves for the day. Simone is enlisted to go follow him and see where he's going. And so Simone finds him, I don't know if it's like ocean, lake, whatever he's at. He's co-hogging for clams. And so then when Simone catches up to Peter, Peter sees her and she's like pretending like, oh, I didn't realize. And so he's like, no, it's fine.
It was
like,
such a coincidence that you and I happened to be here at the same time.
And so Peter's like, it's fine, like just cut. So she goes co-hogging with him.
Yeah.
And then Simone tells Peter that Michaela feels suspicious.
Right.
And like asks where he really was because she knew that he wasn't in Japan.
Right.
And so that's when we find out that Michaela doesn't have a good relationship with Peter's kids. Peter's kids don't like her because they think that she is the reason that their parents broke up. And so Peter says that he wasn't in Japan. He had gone to his grandson's christening, right? But didn't tell Michaela because he didn't want to upset her.
Right. Correct. Here, too, this was an interesting scene as well, because immediately you're kind of drawn to Peter again, like, oh, he's very like down to earth. He's kind of like, you know, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. Like, he wanted to, it wasn't him that like dissociated from his children. It was like, it all still made it seem like Michaela was kind of like the bad guy, right? Until he fucking kisses.
And then a man is still a fucking man.
This man's still a man, and he kisses Simone. And we're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, they have this whole like nice, innocent day together, chilling, kind of like father-daughterly.
Correct.
Because the whole thing is like Simone doesn't have any parental figures.
Right.
And so she's kind of looking at Michaela and Peter as like her parental figures.
Yeah.
And then they get done co-hogging and they're hee-hee-ha-haing, and then he goes in and kisses her.
And you're like, oh, shit.
And he's like fucking pushing 60.
Yeah, and Simone, obviously, she runs away, right? Because she's so, like, dedicated to Michaela. She doesn't want anything to ruin their relationship and what they have. So immediately she's like, ew, no, and she runs away.
Yep.
It's giving very much Leonardo DiCaprio that will not stop dating anybody that's in their 20s.
And it kind of is at the end.
Yeah.
Sort of. And then also, one of my favorite scenes. Meanwhile, while Simone is co-hogging with Peter, Devon is undercover in the cult. And so I don't know. I don't understand what happened. Like, it literally cut from Devon talking to Michaela to her being in the car with those 3 ladies.
She
Like, she's
didn't she
hallucinating or something?
drug her or something?
Well-
or like she gave her something?
I don't know. All I know is that so Devon ends up being drawn to Michaela. Like, Michaela's like in her bathroom or something, and I think Devon's like looking for Simone. Devon didn't know that Simone had gone out to like be a spy or whatever, and she ends up finding Michaela in the bath, and Michaela's like, no, stay. And so you see like Michaela get out of the bath like naked and like dressing herself in a robe, and there's like something, I don't know if there's like something physically in the air that made Devon like actually relax and start trauma dumping all over Michaela about like, you know, her life, but Devon ends up doing that.
And so that's kind of where the siren, like the mermaid siren scenes, like symbolism starts.
Yes.
So Devon goes
You're right.
to find Simone, and she finds Michaela, and she was like, were you singing? Because sirens sing.
Yes.
And Michaela's like, no. And so like she was drawn to her for some reason.
Right.
And
there's
so
something
then,
about sirens that makes you,
so
their
for-
song,
from
right?
mythology or whatever, sirens sing songs to captivate sailors
Yes.
and to lure them into places and then kill them. essentially.
Yes.
And so, yeah, during that whole scene, I think it was just like a symbolic thing of like her being drawn to Michaela and like hypnotized by
Yes.
her or something, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So she ends up trauma dumping all over Michaela and then ends up going on a girl's day with the 3 cult.
Yeah, so
Followers.
Lisa, Astrid, and Chloe.
Hilarious.
They're like, we're gonna take you shopping, and then WAP starts playing on. And
there's
they're
some horrors in this house.
Yeah,
They're literally just in the car.
just
they're
going
some
off,
hoes
rapping
in
it.
this house.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
happening? I guess they're shopping. They're trying to get her a dress for like the
gala,
gala or
yeah.
something. That Michaela's hosting.
And so those 3 ladies are Michaela's friends, or like her little following, basically.
Her posse.
And they are like brainwashed posse. They all talk the same. They all say the same things. They all repeat what Michaela says. But during Devon's scene, we find out that because Devon is like trying on the clothes, and she's just telling the ladies that like they're from different worlds, and the 3 ladies say that they were just like Devon. They were one was like a teacher, one was or teacher's aide, one was a nail tech, and one was something else.
Yeah.
And so when they started being around Michaela, things started coming their way, like
Right.
husbands and money and all this stuff. Also, have you guys ever seen the movie or the show Claws?
Mm-mm.
Okay. There was a callback to the show Claws in that,
Oh.
which had me a little confused. But for anyone who's watched Claws, the blonde lady in the trio,
Okay.
she is in the show Claws. And she was the one who said, I was a nail tech from Florida. And in that show, she's a nail tech from Florida.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, so
Little cameo.
IMDb, it has that. It literally
Yeah.
just stated that.
And so
that
I
connection.
paused it and I was like, did it take place in Florida? And it did. And I was like, that's a random callback. For her character.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Mm.
It had nothing to do with the show.
Okay.
But yeah. It was,
Let's just throw that in.
so then during the shopping scene, she's trying on the clothes. And after they say like, oh, things just start coming our way, Captain Morgan randomly comes in to the same store that they're shopping in. And he's like, Devon, is that you?
Yeah.
And
I was like, aw.
Oh, and they're all like, "This is your moment."
yeah, they're like, this is the moment. This is what we're talking about. And
Yeah. Also at the same time, Michaela's trying to fire Jose, the property
oh
manager,
my God, yeah.
because he won't tell her
Oh.
anything about Mr. Right? Because she's like, where's my husband? Like, where did he go? And like, Jose, obviously his first duty is to Mr. Keller Peter, because that's who he's actually working for. And so they have a little tiff, and because Jose won't tell her anything.
He won't. She used to have their calendars synced or
Synced.
something, so he removed her off that. He's not giving her any passwords to anything. And he lets her know, like, my duties are not to you. I've been working for him for 19 years. They are to Peter. Like, he lets
I
her
was like,
know.
damn. And she's like, you better watch your fucking back, Jose.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, yo.
I
crazy.
was like, okay, Michaela, you're not so clean anymore.
And you would think all of this is how the episode ends, but no. Simone's running away. She finds herself running to Ethan's house because she can't get a hold of him, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I was saying
Devon's there as
Captain
well.
Morgan.
And Captain Morgan is there as well. And we find out Ethan is not dead because Michaela is not a murderer, apparently. He was actually in Buffalo, New York, getting permission from her father to marry Simone.
And brings her father and the falafel fuckboy to the island.
The falafel fuckboy nurse, back to the compound. And she's just like, and then he proposes.
And she loses her mind.
She's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. So that's how episode 3 ends.
Good that you said that because I stopped taking notes and I was like, how did this episode end? I forgot.
Yes. So it ends with Ethan proposing to Simone in a room with Devon, falafel fuckboy, Morgan, and their demented father.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So now we're on episode...
What a way to be proposed to, huh?
Dude. You're this rich man, like, you couldn't have done something... else. Well, I guess because she also was like, why is my father here? And then he was like, wait, I need to propose to her now.
Yeah, and
so
she also said she hasn't seen him in however many years, right?
Mhm.
Since she was 18? Or has it...
I think, actually, yeah, since she
graduated high school, she literally got the job right after, right? And then stayed there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a tough subject for her. So he's been trying to push her to open up to him. And she's like, no, that's a hard pass. Like, we're not going to talk about that.
Mhm.
So he didn't know.
Right.
But she... Oh, I guess okay, let's talk about episode 4 because that's where they have more conversation.
Yeah.
So episode 4 is Persephone. It says the chaos Devon left behind in Buffalo catches up with her. Simone must decide her own future, and Michaela investigates Peter's phone. So it starts off with Michaela going to Ethan's and finding them all there.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Simone is...
Well, Simone runs away first, I think, right? And then Michaela comes into the picture. Because she's like, Michaela's like looking for Simone or something, right?
Something like that, I think. You're gonna have to put the pieces for me together because I started losing interest in the show after this.
Also, what was the dad's name? Do you remember the dad's name?
Bruce?
Bruce, yeah. Bruce, in his dementia state, says that he recognizes... Oh, no, because when Michaela got there, Simone was still there. Because when Michaela gets there, Bruce is like, oh, I recognize you.
Yes.
She was like... Or Bruce goes... You used to fuck.
Yeah.
You used to fuck.
Yeah.
And then Simone's like, my dad just said that Kiki fucks.
I think he thinks that's his wife, right?
Yeah, so I think in his state, he thinks that Michaela is his wife. And she seems to be the only person that kind of calms him down when he's in his dementia state. Simone runs off. And then Ethan says he's going to go after her. And then Michaela says, no, I should go after her. And then Devon says, no, I should go after her. And then Michaela is like, it's me, then Ethan, then Devon, somewhere down at the bottom of like who should go after her, I guess. So
I do remember that now.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, what?
Yeah. Yeah. And then Simone, I guess, runs into Peter. He's like kind of freaking out, and she's like, don't worry, I won't tell Michaela about the kiss or whatever, right?
Oh, because they meet in the kitchen.
They meet in the kitchen.
But the whole staff overhears him. Because, so she runs in the kitchen and he goes, hey, I need the room. So the two, they leave, but they don't leave.
Yeah.
They go into the cupboard or something.
Right. Yeah. And then... I don't know, was there anything significant in between that and them having the awkward clam chowder dinner? Does anyone know?
No,
I
I think
so.
That's the next...
Okay, that's the next scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to include... well, so Peter makes dinner and asks for bread, which is a big deal because Michaela doesn't believe in eating bread. But the guy
specifically before like a gala or something like that. Like there's no carbs on the premises apparently.
There's no
during
carbs.
the gala weekend.
The holy food at this point on the island. But there's another character, the guy that goes to get the bread is another character that Devon slept with, which is also another handy person on the property, a staff member.
Yeah.
And so then he's also invited to dinner. And so it's Captain Morgan. So at dinner, it's Captain Morgan, falafel guy, the handyman that she slept with, Devon, Simone, Ethan, Peter, Michaela.
Could you imagine if the other boat guy was there? Whoa.
So it's an awkward as hell dinner.
Yes. So they're having like this awkward dinner over the clam chowder or whatever with Devon and all of her little side pieces or men or whatever. Meanwhile, Ethan and or Michaela and Simone are having a chat upstairs. Having a chat. Can I have a chat? Can I pull you for a chat? Like, this is Love Island.
When are you watching Love Island?
I'm not yet because I don't have Peacock. Can I pull you for a chat, love? That's what they say.
I want to watch this season.
I have never seen any of it.
The last season, I've never watched it before. The last season was really good, and so now I'm not going to watch it.
Oh, all right. I'll catch up.
But anyway, Michaela and Simone are having a chat upstairs, and Michaela's pretty much like, well, is marrying this man like what you want? Because like when you marry this man, you're kind of I don't know how to put it, but like you kind of lose yourself and you become kind of like just a wife versus like your own person.
Almost like their property.
Right.
Like
she's property.
Basically expressing who she currently is, being married to Peter Kell, is going to be the exact same thing that happens to Simone, essentially.
Foreshadowing.
So they're having a chat, and then Ethan ends up getting sent up to talk to Simone so that she can reject his proposal and pretty much break up with him, right? Yeah, so they're having like a little fight.
He says that he calls her a monster. That he keeps calling her like a monster after she breaks the news, right?
Right.
He's like, you're a monster, you're terrible, whatever.
It's like, okay, hold on. It's a little extreme.
This older man.
Yeah, this older man and
young girl.
Also, like, it goes to show how much you really didn't know about her. Like, you guys have not known each other for very long.
At the dinner, too, Peter invites Bruce and Falafel Man to the gala.
His name is Raymond, by the way.
I don't. See, I'm not going to remember that.
Falafel
like, you say a lot of words. Raymond.
He invites them to the gala.
Yeah.
Which Michaela's not happy about, but there was like a football player that's like their favorite football player.
Correct.
That's going to be there. And so they're like, fuck yeah, we'll be there.
The Bills, right? I think that's their
it's
team.
a Bills player.
Yeah.
And so, Peter invites them and says that they can get fitted for suits or whatever. And then, how do they end up outside from the dinner? Because they all end up going different places.
So Michaela goes through Peter's phone while they're all having their dinner. They're all distracted or whatever, and finds this number that he's been in contact with. So immediately in her brain, it's like, oh, this is probably the bitch that he's like cheating on me with. The bitch. But she calls the number and she finds out it's his son. So she finds out that he's been in contact with his children, pretty much, right? So there's that.
I'm sorry, rewind really quick. What exactly? So I know that he keeps the relationship with the kids a secret, but why? And they believe that Michaela's the reason why their mom and their dad are no longer together.
Mm-hmm.
But why does it upset her when he contacts them?
Because she knows they hate her, I think.
Yeah,
I
think she just doesn't like the fact that they don't like her.
Right.
Oh, okay. I don't like that.
The kids come first, always.
Yeah, like somebody's family, even though like you guys now in marriage become a family, like her and Peter, that doesn't give you a right to feel a type of way
about the kids.
With his blood. Yeah, those are his kids. You're just gonna have to fucking suck it up or don't be with him.
I agree. But I also think Peter's a manipulator.
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, that's before we knew that.
Right. He keeps making it seem like it's all her fault and it's all her fault. But, like, and the truth is, Peter's a cheater, right? So, but anyway, we'll talk more about that
And you
later.
don't know what information he's feeding to the kids.
Correct. Yeah. She doesn't know. She doesn't keep in contact with them.
Yeah.
You know?
So he could be totally
making her out to be
a villain.
Yeah.
And acting as if he's trapped or something.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, so Michaela does that. Simone's breaking up with Ethan at this point. And then Simone and Devon have like a talk again. They're talking every single episode about, you know, leaving this place and going back or whatever. And then in the meantime, Raymond and Morgan are like fighting for Devon's love, like in one of the sitting rooms, like who knows her more and who she should be with and all this stuff.
I remember how they ended up leaving. Because I was like, how did they get from inside of the house and then they left? And it's because Michaela talks to Simone, or not Michaela, Devon and Simone have a conversation. And Simone basically lays into Devon and is tells her that she's a shitty sister or something, or like...
Yeah, it's one of those things where it seems like Devon can't let Simone go.
Yeah.
And once again, Simone is ungrateful. So they're just having this constant argument always. Yeah.
And so then they have a fight.
Yeah.
And Devon storms out of the house. And that's when her 3 lovers
start following her.
And follow her on the beach.
Yeah. While she's in a pissed off mood, I was like, you guys really want to follow her when she's in this mood? Like, damn.
And they follow her for what seems like a very long time.
Yes. And then also at this time, Peter invites Bruce to like have a little gentleman's hang up in his man cave. They end up smoking some weed, and then Bruce starts freaking out.
Yeah,
like he starts having like this like dementia fit, like
a hallucination.
He's just kind of like in this mental crisis.
There's a lot that was going on.
He's like pretty much looking for Devon because Devon's like the only constant presence in his life that he knows and can be looking for him. So he's looking for Devon, but then Simone hears him, so Simone comes to try and help, but he's like yelling at her, like, pretty much stay away from me. I don't know you. Like, you're not Devon.
So she gets upset and leaves.
And then Michaela ends up being the one to calm Bruce down.
Yeah, she consoles him because he thinks it's his wife.
Right.
And then when that's happening, after Simone gets yelled at by her dad and she leaves. Well, okay, no, let me go back to Devon. So when this is happening, Devon's on the beach. She basically tells Falafel Man that if he killed himself, she wouldn't care. Which I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty rude.
And so then, she was like, if you walk in the ocean right now and didn't come out of it, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
my life would be better.
Yeah, he made a big fit about it, but he took care of your father when you were gone.
Right.
Like, damn.
For days and left his family. And
he didn't have to do anything. He could have just left them there.
Right. And so that gets them off of her back. And then Raymond is out of that scene. And then when Simone gets yelled at by her dad, she finds Ethan, right? Like drunk.
Yeah.
Because he's upset by the rejection.
Yeah.
And he's calling her a monster, and he falls
off the cliff.
Yeah. And we don't know if he fell or if Simone pushed him.
Yeah. Which way do you think actually happened? I think she pushed him. No.
I think she fucking pushed him. It'd make it more entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I choose.
In my mind,
that's what I choose to believe.
There wasn't enough drama in this.
No, he was. The facts are there. He was drunk as shit. He fucking fell.
Yes. So all of that's happening, and then Peter and Michaela are having a heart-to-heart in this moment, saying that, you know, Michaela tells him, she's like, I know about the kids and the grandson. She's like, I'm not upset. And then she says she wants him to have a relationship with the kids. So it goes back to, like, who's actually the villain here? Is it, like, Peter making it seem like she's the one that tried to keep him away? Or was it, you know, of his own volition that he decided to do that? Or
it had to be his own, because it's Now we're seeing a different side of Michaela, where her biggest thing for her is honesty.
Correct.
She wants honesty from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just going back to her never knowing that Simone had a sister.
Yeah.
Simone didn't necessarily lie to her, but she kept that information from omission, right? And she doesn't like that. Like,
and Michaela didn't do anything to Devon after she found out about her. She welcomed her. Like, she didn't want her causing scenes, but like, after Devon said, "I want to come under your wing," like, she welcomed her into the house. So Michaela really didn't do anything wrong in this series. She's just weird.
She's just weird. But now we're like seeing that she is completely opposite of how your first impression of her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's all she wants. She just wants people to be honest with her, with those insecurities that she has.
Mm-hmm.
And had Peter been honest with her from the jump of, hey, I still have a relationship with my kids, as he should, and I'm going to go see my kids and whatnot, she would understand. Even if it hurts her that they don't want a relationship with her, like, she's not going to stop that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just when they kind of like patch things up and it seems like their relationship is on better terms, the Vanity Fair photographer who's been sitting in the dark for like hours.
He's been asking for Michaela. He's like, no, I'm only going to talk to Michaela.
Yeah, which I already knew. I was like, I already know what this is about. But when he was taking photos of around the island, he ends up getting a picture of Peter kissing Simone. So the photographer shows her that, and she's like, oh, shit.
Yes. And she's pissed.
And then she's pissed.
And she hides it in their little vault, or their safe.
Yep.
To use it on him later. It's like a security, or it's an insurance policy technically.
Yeah, because during this entire thing too, when Michaela's thinking that Peter's cheating on her, she contacts their lawyer and is like, what's in this like marriage contract or in this prenup or whatever that's going to protect me?
And she ain't going to get shit.
She's not going to get shit. So she's trying to she pretty much saves the photo because she needs some type of leverage on him.
Yeah, for if he decides to leave her, she doesn't walk away with nothing.
Yep.
Which gets me to the point where I'm like, did you not read your prenup? Or did you just sign it?
Well, she told the lawyer, because the lawyer's like, why the hell did you sign this?
Yeah.
And she's like, when you're getting love bombed by a billionaire, sometimes you just do crazy things. And I was like, honestly, probably. Me too.
Honestly, me too.
Not me. I'd be like, give me a week. Let me read this a couple times.
I'll get back to you.
Let me make some revisions.
Stayed in Ryerson, are you just kidding?
No. I don't care.
I'll sign whatever.
I'll sign whatever he wants me to.
Is that how that one ends?
Yeah. Well, it technically ends on Ethan falling off of the cliff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can read the synopsis.
Sure. Now we are on. Hold on. Let me get to that episode. Where is it?
The finale episode.
Where are you? Oh my goodness. Okay. So we are now at the final episode. Episode 5 is called Sirens Song. As the gala kicks off, the conflict between Michaela and Simone comes to a head. Peter has a realization, and Devon considers her options. I almost read it as Simon again. All right. So where are we at? How does it start?
They're in the hospital.
For Ethan.
Simone is like sleeping on Devon's lap. She's like having a nightmare or something.
I think she was having a flashback to being in the car with her mom.
Oh.
I think that's how it started. She had the flashback. She heard sirens.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was what led me to think that sirens meant
police sirens
too,
or
them.
like ambulance
because
sirens.
in her dream she was hearing police sirens, and then she wakes up.
Yeah, and she wakes up to see Devon. So Devon's in the hospital with her. They have another heart-to-heart, and pretty much they patch things up, essentially, right? So now, they're kind of both of the realization that, like, we both had it rough, like, I still love you no matter what, you're my sister, et cetera, et cetera. is kind of what's going on. We find out that Ethan is severely hurt, but he's not dead. He just has like a bunch of broken bones.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second time we thought he died.
Poor Ethan. And then Peter's also in the hospital at this point. And Peter and Simone go into Ethan's room. He's like waking up, but he's kind of groggy. Like he's on a bunch of shit, a bunch of pain meds and whatever. And claims that Simone pushes him, and he's like freaking out, essentially, right?
And Peter backs her and is like, "No, you fell."
Yeah. Don't come at her like that. Don't talk to her like that. So
don't talk to my woman like that.
Oh, that part. Crazy.
Creepy vibes.
Yes. And at this point, kind of, Devon decides that because Captain Morgan has invited her to go down to, he has to take the boat down to Ethan's property in Palm Beach, and was like, why don't you come with me? And this entire time, Devon was like, I can't. Like, I have to go back and take care of my father. But then after having the heart-to-heart with Simone, Simone's asking her, what do you really want? Dad will be okay. She's like, okay, I want to go to Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of, we're thinking, oh, Devon's finally, like, doing something for herself and, like, trying to make herself better and kind of get herself on the right track.
Mm-hmm. So then we think that this is a good little, yay, everybody's coming together.
Everybody's happy.
The sisters are back.
Yeah.
And then we find out that, Michaela already knew that Peter and Simone had kissed, so she's thinking they're going around behind her back.
Mm-hmm.
And Simone doesn't know that Michaela found out, so Michaela fires Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Puts her belongings boxed up, donates it to Goodwill.
Crazy. I need to go to that Goodwill.
And Simone, in a snap of fingers to her, she feels like she loses everything.
Yeah. Once again, Peter's fault. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, all Peter's fault.
Simone tries to explain, like, what actually happens. Like, he kissed me, I pushed him, blah, 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 blah. But at this point, Michaela doesn't care. Like,
yeah.
You didn't tell her. I feel like if Simone ran to her first and said all of this happened, then things could have gone differently for her. But the fact that she hid it, like how she hid about Ethan, that doesn't bode well with Michaela. She's like, at this point, you've kept two big things from me. You're out of here.
And it's kind of, I think about that in real life sense. People make mistakes. In this example, Simone didn't make the mistake.
No.
She pushed him off.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about being honest. Like, let your friend know.
Friend boss.
The friend that pays
boss friend.
The friend that pays you. Let her know what's up. Let her know, okay, so this is what I found out about your husband, and this is what happened. Yeah. And this is how I reacted. Sometimes that truth is hard, right? Because who knows how Michaela would have reacted. But exactly like you said, she ended up finding out anyways, and it looked worse than... Now it looks like you're just trying to cover it up.
Right.
Instead of...
Intentions are important.
Yeah. Instead of actually telling her what happened.
And I think I don't remember if it was Simone or Michaela who said, like, that the same situation happened where that's how Michaela ended up with Peter.
Yeah.
And, like, basically taking Peter from the other wife.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she's just thinking that's what's going to happen, obviously, to her.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's why it's always, like, you don't want to start a relationship based off of being, like, someone's side piece, because then you're always going to have that in the back of your mind. That's going to happen to you.
Another shiny
you know what I mean?
toy.
Right.
Also, when Devon ends up leaving the hospital with Peter and Simone there because Falafel Man is in jail.
We got through this whole hour and a half and you still can't get his name. Falafel Man.
Jose just calls him the nurse.
Oh, right. He has many names.
Yeah, so Devon's trying to find... so Devon goes to look for Raymond and finds his phone on the beach along with his other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the phone is ringing, and it's his wife calling.
Mhm.
And so, she's with Bruce. She's with the dad. And so Bruce answers the phone on accident, and it's the wife. And the wife knew all along that her husband was sleeping with Devon. And so then Devon goes to find Raymond, and he's in jail with that same girl that was in jail before.
Well, what happens is after Simone gets fired, Jose's bringing the entire family to the airport, to like the docks or the airport to get him off the island. And they stop. She gets like a call from the prison or whatever, and she's like, "Oh shit, we got to stop by the prison." So they have to stop by the prison first to pick up Raymond, and so they bail him. They try to bail him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's like Simone, Bruce, Devon, Raymond, all like trying to be escorted off the island.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the staff is happy as hell that Simone's fired. They hate her.
Yeah.
So
they're like, it's the day. And Jose, every time they're like, Jose, can you come with me? He's like, absolutely.
yeah. She's like giddy, super happy. Yeah.
And then they're in the jail, prison, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Jose and Devon go into the holding cell area to basically get Raymond to leave or something.
Yeah.
And that's when Simone is like in a catatonic state, not able to like realize what's happening. And Bruce is kind of like, well, it's just going to be you and me. Devon's going to go off and do her thing. I'm so happy for her. And it's just going to be you and I again. And
that freaks Simone out.
Yeah. And then she leaves, right? To go back.
She pretty much runs away.
Yeah. She runs away from the situation after Bruce says that. Freaks out and then goes, I think, back to the house to convince Peter to reconcile.
Well, she tells Peter, she pretty much tells Peter, hey, there's this photo of us. I think pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I got fired.
And so then Peter has Jose grab the photo from the vault.
So she doesn't have it.
So Michaela doesn't have it anymore and doesn't have leverage on him. And then Peter pretty much tells Michaela he's divorcing her, and we see Simone come down in this nice dress because now
she's Michaela.
She's the new Michaela. She's Peter's new girl.
Well, there's this whole, so how that comes about, even though we don't hear the conversation, is after she tells him about the photo, she runs away again. She's running on the beach and he follows her. And then so dramatic. And then they have this conversation that we don't get to see. And that's when he goes to the gala. Oh, during the gala, Devon confronts Michaela.
It says murder.
Yeah. And is disrupting.
Oh, yeah.
And is just screaming, you are a murderer. You killed his wife. Blah, blah, blah. Where we find out what really happened to the wife. So after Peter divorced, and Michaela explains all of this to her. She's like, I'm not a murderer. Jill is the name of Peter's first wife. She ended up getting plastic surgery essentially after they got divorced, and it botched her face. So she has this crazy looking face apparently, and she's hidden in
Washington.
In where?
I think it was Washington.
Yeah, she's somewhere where like
a recluse.
No one can find her, see her, because she's disfigured is how they call it.
Right.
And it was like an agreement or something that they would not speak of her, that they would not bother her. So Devon is like, oh,
damn.
So you didn't kill her.
No, so I'm just calling you a murderer in front of everyone.
For no fucking reason. Look like a
no evidence at all. That's fucking crazy.
Wild.
Back to that scene on the beach with Peter and Simone. I think it was, I kind of am remembering it now, where this is where Simone's like trying to convince Peter at this point that like, oh yeah, I have feelings for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ever since our kiss and this and that, or like, I always knew I had,
because she's realizing that that's the only way she's going to keep her life.
Correct. If she
becomes Kiki.
becomes Kiki and, like, snags Peter. So, essentially, she's convincing him at this point that she loves him or has feelings for him. Okay, anyway.
So weird.
Yeah, I was like,
so
girl,
weird.
Snake.
And then it says too, so, this says, okay, Peter's clearly soured. Oh my God, I can't read. Peter's clearly soured on Michaela, discovering that she was keeping the photo of him and Simone as an insurance policy on their marriage and prenup. It's no matter because their marriage is over. Long-held disputes over Peter not seeing his kids and Michaela not being able to have children have festered and exploded in the wake of his troubling weekend. So that's another thing, too. She can't have kids. So that's where that whole connection with her and Simone is, like, she wants to have that
bond with someone.
I thought of it as, like, a weird obsessive motherly bond rather than the sister bond. Like, I was like, she is so attached to her for some reason, and it clicked for me because she couldn't have children of her own.
That makes more sense.
She wanted someone of her own, almost. And he wants a divorce. Now she has nothing. And then, of course, Simone comes waltzing down the stairs. She has now straightened her hair, which is something to call out because she always has her hair, like, curled or whatever. Wavy. So it's just completely different. She's in this, like, super silver, silky dress.
Which I think I have that dress. I think that's the same dress I wore to my sister's wedding. It's like a light blue, like, off-the-shoulder mesh dress. I was like, oh.
Wearing an icy blue gown.
I was like, oh, I should have worn that for the podcast today.
She basically managed to outsmart Michaela, checkmate her, is what they're calling it, and take her down in a blink of an eye. And then Devon sees her sister for the first time, as now the woman of the house. And this is where she decides to let her be and live her life, and she's going to separate and do her.
I think Devon is obviously disappointed. And they have, like, some sort of, like, kind of cryptic talk where, like, Simone's like, well, I'll still see, like, I'll invite you for the holidays, and I'll still see you. I'll still see you at the holidays, and Devon's like, sure, like, okay. But I don't think she plans on coming back to this place. But
and then it ends with Devon on the ferry with Bruce,
going
back
to Buffalo,
and Michaela's on the ferry, because her life is now done. And Michaela and Devon have a talk, and I think it's like her asking if Simone's going to be okay, or like, and I forgot what Michaela says.
She says something like, I remember along the lines of something like, Simone is not the bad guy here. I do remember Michaela saying that. Peter's the bad guy.
Because then it cuts to, after they say that, it cuts to Simone standing on the island and alone, looking like she's trapped. Basically.
And it pretty much, that's where it ends.
That's the end of the series.
So, all of it to demonstrate men do not like to feel inferior. Certain men, like to always have the power. So they're just going to switch up on you immediately once they see you kind of taking the reins on certain things. That's who Peter is. He has to be the man of the house. He just wants someone who's submissive to him. And so he did it to his first wife. Then he found that in Michaela. And now with Michaela having that leverage and everything, he's like, oh, absolutely, hell no.
Right.
And Simone, he knew how to manipulate her. So now he has Simone.
And I think that for me, so like the idea of it being called Sirens, and I feel like the whole series, you're thinking that the women are the sirens. Like, they're the ones enticing the men into, like, being with them or, like, getting what they want. But I think it's really the men who are the sirens, because they kind of are, like, promising the women, like, these lavish lives. And, like, they won't have to, they can do whatever they want to basically trap them. Like, he trapped Simone in the end. And, like, she's not going to go anywhere. She's basically trapped on the island with him because that is the life that she wanted, and that's the only way she's going to get to keep it now.
Yeah.
Is if she stays there with him until the next girl comes along when he's 80 years old.
Ugh. Don't get Simone, don't get an assistant. That's all I gotta say.
It says here that, so kind of tying it to mythological sirens, it says Sirens explores the classic mythological sirens not as monstrous seductresses, but as complex figures who may be driven by their own pain and circumstances rather than solely by malice. It reimagines the siren narrative, prompting viewers to consider why these figures might be singing and what their motivations might be, rather than simply accepting the male-centric narrative of their villainy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the end, like everything else, the man is the villain.
The man is the
always
villain.
the problem.
He's the villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the two. Actually, I think all the women casted. So Julianne Moore, and the other two who played Devon and Simone,
Mm-hmm.
they were casted very well. Like they played their characters very well.
I agree.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I agree. Team Devon or Team Simone?
Yeah.
Devon.
1000.
I was looking at something because people were saying that, like, again, on the opposites of Simone and Devon, like Devon having all of these relationships, again, men are promising her things, and like she can have different lives if she chooses to go with different men.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, she chooses to none of them,
Right.
and she basically gets away.
Yeah.
She escapes the villain.
She doesn't get
versus
trapped.
Simone, who gets trapped.
Yeah.
There.
I was proud of her for that. I did like the unto. She said, I'm going back with my dad, but I'm going to get my own apartment. And I was like, that's smart.
I was like, but in the end, I was like, nothing. She didn't resolve anything. Like, her whole purpose to going on this island didn't resolve.
She didn't accomplish anything.
Aside from, I'm going to get my own apartment. I still got to take care of my dad. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe though it was clarity for her too, because she held a lot of resentment towards her sister, and now she thought her sister was one way, but her sister always wanted this, right?
Uh-huh.
And in the end, it wasn't her sister that was being
like held captive. Well,
I guess, manipulated to that mindset.
Yeah.
It's something that she saw. Simone saw that lavish life. It's something that she always wanted. And it shows that Michaela, right when Ethan proposed to her, Michaela was like, well, listen, if you take it, this is what's going to happen to you, right?
Yeah.
So she had that conversation with her, and she still wants it. She's like, fuck that. I don't want to go back to Buffalo. I don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to have responsibilities. Like, I want people waiting on me. That she's always wanted that, essentially. And Devon didn't know that, right? She thought she was trapped. So I think, even though she didn't accomplish why she initially went there, she got clarity that it's like, your sister is a completely different person. And she's like, all right, whatever, cool with it now.
Right.
Like, it is what it is. I'm not going to be mad if she's not going to help me with my dad anymore. It is just...
Yeah, I think she just kind of came to the realization that there's no convincing her to come back with her. And it's like, remember I went back before to saying like how Devon wouldn't let Simone go. At this point, she's kind of letting her go. She's like,
A quote from, the creator of the show, Molly Smith Metzler, she had a quote on some interview with Netflix, saying, in like summarizing the series, she said, we call these women monsters in the myth, but for all we know, they're just singing for help. In the original myth, they're there because they're being punished, they're trapped, they're unhappy, it's a cry for help. All these sailors crash their own stupid ship, and then they're like, it's because of these beautiful maidens. So essentially summarizing that the women are just creatures that are there, and it's the men's own doing. But then they still blame the women.
They're not going to take accountability for any of their actions. Peter, perfect example.
It's the woman's fault for enticing me. It's the woman's fault for blah, blah, blah.
It's the woman's fault why I pretend that I can't have a relationship with my kids.
Why I cheat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was our episode on Sirens. We hope you enjoyed our detailed
I apologize for my millions of coughs.
summary of every episode. And if you've watched it, let us know your thoughts in the comments. How do we close this out? Forget.
Well, our next book that we are reading is going to be The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. So I think that's what our next episode is going to be about.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing a little bit of more of a thriller mystery type book this time.
You can follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Fictionally Unstable Pod. And yeah, you can leave your comments about suggestions there. And stay unstable. Embrace instability.
Embrace the instability. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.